how are you doing? Welcome to my channel. If this is your first time, thank you for joining us. And if this is your second, 10th, umpteenth time on my channel, I am so glad to have you here and love you guys. Thank you so much for the support. Thank you for everyone who's here. So before we get into this week's topic, if at any point during this video you realize that you like what you see, you like what this channel is about, please like, share, subscribe, and comment. Alright, I'm gonna just try this move without the video because sometimes I just feel like the videos they talk too much. Sorry, sometimes I just feel like she talks too much, and I just need to figure out this move, and then we'll start. Ooh. Okay, this is not working. It really isn't. So yeah, I think I'm gonna go with the modification. Alright, you're gonna do amazing. Okay. Woo! Are we ready to conquer day 4, Laura? Okay, so there's weird things that I'm realizing with this challenge is basically, I don't know if it's like lower body strength, lower ab strength, but basically most things that involve my legs, sorry, breathing fast, are a bit of a struggle. So that's something I want to work on, but then I'm also noting it just for future reference. Yeah, do I feel a burn? Yes, I do. I absolutely do, but I do feel it more like upper abs, like than lower abs. And there's just room for improvement. But yeah, workout day 4 done. Woo! I don't know what that was happening. Sorry. So I did for June. I did the 100 ab challenge by Blogilates because I want abs. Okay, firstly, before we start this program and this review, I want to first off start by saying you cannot spot reduce, which means you cannot specifically exercise in a way that makes you lose weight in only just one place. Where you lose weight is a lot of to do with genetics and blah 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 blah, things that other people are more educated from you on. But what I know for a fact is you cannot spot reduce. Anyone who tells you can lose weight on a specific body part, they are most likely lying because the science does not actually support that. However, for me, having a strong core is something that I really enjoy having. I love that feeling like when you tense your tummy and you can feel like your core is strong. Also because the more I've done like core workouts and like basically my abs, my inner abs, my all of that, I find that my back, because I used to have back issues, have gotten less. So that was one of the reasons I wanted to do this challenge, and also because I've been following Blogilates for almost since the beginning of my journey, my fitness journey, and I just really wanted to try it and see what her program was about. So I actually managed to do, if you notice in the title, it will tell you that I failed this challenge. I failed it. By fail, I mean I failed to complete it. So one of the reasons I failed to complete it is what we're going to be talking about today. One of the biggest challenges that I had with the moves was because they were actually for me a bit repetitive. Like doing 100 moves of the same routine is something that I found mentally repetitive. But other than that, it was a fun move. It's nice to have one simple move you can master, because by this time you start from 0 and you finish to 100, you actually have kind of mastered that move. And also because you don't do the move, you don't repeat the move, means that by the end of the challenge you never have to do that move you didn't like again. You can just choose never to do that move again for the rest of your life. But that's what I love about it. And I actually just love the community, because at the bottom of it you could just kind of comment and add, and there were like people who've been doing the same challenge around the same time. People will comment, you can interact. I really appreciated the sense of community, particularly because of these COVID times, these lockdown times. I like other people. I like talking to other people and connecting with other people, and people want the same journey, which was found very, 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 very beneficial. But yeah, those were the things that I liked about it. So why couldn't I complete my challenge? Honestly, I had every intention of finishing this challenge. I just kept missing days. And as I missed days, I found myself being like, you know what? I'll catch it up. You know what? I'll do 3 days. I'll do 4 days. I'll just catch it up. It's not a lot. Like, honestly and genuinely, for me and my fitness levels, it isn't that much to pack up days. But what happened was during the time June started, we were now having all of the Black Lives Matter movements that were now spreading worldwide. And that arose and awakened a lot of trauma in me and a lot of issues that I hadn't dealt with. And I found myself in a space where emotionally I was struggling. I was really struggling mentally. And except that I didn't know because it wasn't happening to me. I'm not the one who got killed. I'm not the one whose uh, brothers and sisters were getting killed on the streets. I don't know a Trayvon or, a Breonna Taylor. I don't know these people. But there was something about the collective trauma that I was experiencing just being a Black person, and also just hearing all the other people talk about all these other awful things that have happened to them, and realizing that a lot of those awful things have also happened to me. I just hadn't always had, firstly, the language to speak about it, and secondly, the actual framework or just the permission. And it felt like that's what Black Lives Matter did for me, was like kind of permission to admit that, oh my gosh, this has sucked and this has hurt and this has been awful to me. And I didn't realize that, like, all my social media, TikTok, Instagram, Facebook, YouTube, everybody was talking about Black Lives Matter, and it was all these videos and all these traumatic, it's like trauma porn. Like, it was just a lot. It was so much. And I didn't realize that I was sinking. And on top of that, I had exams and all of that stuff. And I just wasn't dealing well. I was genuinely in front of God. I was just not coping. And that was such a big reason why I struggled to finish this challenge. And I ended up just not finishing it, is because I just was not in the right mental and emotional space to complete it. And initially I didn't want to do this video because I was like, okay, I failed, I didn't do it, so do I have anything to say? But for me, the biggest lesson from this experience was to remind myself that, and you hopefully, is sometimes there are reasons we can't do our fitness challenges or our fitness journeys. Sometimes it's just we are not in the right head heart space to do it. I wasn't in the right head heart space to do this challenge. I would love to try it again. I would love to try some of Blogilates challenges and see how that goes. But the truth is, as it stands, as it goes, I failed and I sucked at it, and it was awful. I didn't do well, and I just couldn't connect my heart and my emotions and my brain to it. But what actually ended up happening was, instead of doing the challenge, I found myself walking a lot. I walked because it was just a way of clearing my head and just moving and just, letting life happen, just seeing where that goes for me. And just breathing. Like, there was a lot of breathing that was happening because I found myself crying. I remember this one time I was just crying in the streets, and thankfully there was no one, because we were on lockdown. There were not that many people in the streets staring at me like, why is this girl crying? But I was just so overwhelmed with so many waves of emotion almost every day. It was a lot of feelings, a lot of hurt. So I couldn't finish this program. But it was just a reminder to me to say, like, sometimes when you fail a program, when you can't complete a program or you fail to meet it, it doesn't mean that there's anything wrong with you. It doesn't even mean that there's anything wrong with the program. Sometimes it's just not the right time or space, and sometimes it's just not the right program for you. And that's just something that I was learning to cope with and deal with, that, like, I'm not always going to be perfect, and sometimes I'm going to suck at it and I'm going to fail to do the things that I do with all intentions, and just that's okay too, because there's always a way to adapt. So that's just what I learned from trying to do this challenge and failing to achieve my goal for this challenge. And as I continue to do more challenges and I'm learning the lessons and I'm sharing them with you, I hope you join me. And keep watching for like a brief little clip of just the places that I got to see as I was walking through my stresses as an alternative way. Again, if you watch this far and you like what you see, and if you think I'm adding value to your experience on YouTube, please like, share, comment, and yeah, I would love to hear from you. Until next time.